Hey guys, BradM73 here. Welcome to another monthly unboxing video. I think this is month 20? Pretty sure it's 20. But I'm not sure, because math. I'm actually, like, not too bad at math. No, it doesn't. Usually it'll say, like, pack 20 or something on the box, unless it's covered up by the shipping label, but this is, like, the worst. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, that's like the worst cutting tool in the world, but I don't know where my razor blade is, which is weird because I just had it a second ago. Alright, we're going to open this up. We're going to see what is inside. Ooh, I see some wiring. There appears to be a light. Oh, I bet that's for the front of the mandible. 79. 78. Got a couple more pieces of the side framing. There's issue 80. Oh, we have these little standoffy things. Looks like there's two of them in here. And we attach the other pieces of the support frame to this. I don't know if we glue them or what, but that's issue 80 and issue 77, which is coming up next. And then I'm going to get this out of the way. Oh, I hope I don't have an avalanche back there. I have like so many DeAgostini boxes, it's not even funny. Okay, so we've got issue 77, 78, 79, and 80. Now, one thing I usually do is I kind of flip through the magazines, but I think I'm going to stop doing that for the unboxings, and because it just takes up more time and I got to go through it again anyway. So I'm going to get situated here and we will come back and get started on issue 77. Alright, so here we are. Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon, issue 77. We've got parts, obviously. We'll set that aside for right now. And we've got the issue. So we're going to go through this. We've got the finalizer, or the first order flagship. This would be from The Force Awakens, if I'm not mistaken. It would have to be, since it talks about Kylo Ren. That is not Kylo Ren. That is Admiral Akbar. No. General Hux. That's who that is. Huxleberry Finn. Let's see. Lothal Jedi Outpost Temple. Which, I don't know if this is... I think this is from Rebels, because this doesn't look familiar to me at all. We have Military Starship Classification Part 4. So we've got these things. Huh, you know what? This looks like a Y-wing. Yeah, it says it's a BY wing. Yeah, the Y-wing almost looks like a stripped-down version of that. Maybe that's what the Y-wing is. Ooh. I always liked the Y-wing. That was always been one of my favorite Star Wars. Did I almost say Star Trek? No, I was trolling you guys. Almost one of my favorite Star Wars things of all time. So yeah. Next up we have, looks like we're gonna have to do some painting by finishing the recesses. And then we're gonna be adding on plant-on details on the outside of this. Now, it's at night right now, so I don't know. And I need to find out how much black paint I have. Okay, so I do have some Tamiya. It's actually black semi-gloss, because I don't think that they had a flat black. They just had the semi-gloss. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do some test spraying with this to see really how it turns out. And what I might do is I might actually use this piece right here, because this is the cockpit, the newer one that I'm not going to be using. So I might just, you know, kind of spray a little bit of that, see how glossy it comes out. Now, it doesn't really matter that much for the recesses, because we are going to be dirtying those suckers up, and any type of gloss that's in the semi-gloss shouldn't really matter that much. But I guess I will go ahead and I'll get those painted tonight. Maybe I'll just go out. I'll shake up the can for a bit. I'll turn on my my outside light, and then we can come back and get the rest of the paint, or we'll get the rest of everything done. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh, Brad. And then we'll have issue 78, which I think we start actually assembling the framework. I think, I'm not positive. Let's take a look at the parts really quick before I get started with the rest of this, though, because I kind of want to check these pieces out. There's issue 77. Try to get that in the frame. Again, don't need that. And so now we get our first bit of framework. So these will go into the side somehow. Probably like this. And I'm sure these pieces will attach somehow to this. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna go, nope. Nope, that one's not long enough either. So maybe we'll get that piece in another issue. I kind of thought it would go on like that somehow, but maybe I just don't have the right pieces. Who knows? I have no idea. So, but anyway, these pieces will go down one of the sides. I think it's going to go like this. Actually, I think the cockpit is. Whoops, sorry, I'm way off. I think the cockpit's going to be like right over here. So I think this is what, the right side of that front mandible. So let's see. So if we've got, okay, these are the bottom frames. This is the top frame. So yeah, this piece will kind of go like this. Oh, this is horrible. I don't even think it's remotely close to fitting on there. But yeah, it'll be like that. So, which you probably can't see because of the angle of the camera. Major fail, Brad. Gosh. All right, so, and then actually I think all we have to do in this issue really is just installing some pipes, probably off of this sprue. But here's what I'm thinking about doing, okay? I'm going to paint the recesses, and I'm going to see how this black comes out, because the primer that I had before I didn't really care for. So I have a bunch of Tamiya, this fine surface primer. It's just a light gray. It's not black. So I'm going to probably prime all of this with the tubes on, and then I'm going to actually paint all of this first, and then I'll go back and attach the recesses from, after the fact, so that I don't have to spray down inside of them and get paint all over those. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll be really all I'm doing this issue. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, is actually painting the recess pieces. And these actually look really black to me. Well, at least they do in the picture. And they're probably going to show up that way because, you're photographing something that's light against something that's very dark. And so contrast-wise, they don't end up looking all that great. And plus, we're going to be dirtying those up even more, so it's not really going to matter too much as far as whether or not I get the gloss on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video right here, and then we'll be back in a moment, and we will see how they turned out. Okay, so I am back, and actually I went and used the semi-gloss paint. So we've got these painted black, and I'm going to wait to paint them the gray color, yes, because you remember that primer stuff that I was using, which I think is this garbage? Yeah. it's completely gummed up the inside of my airbrush. So I have it literally soaking in thinner, and I'm going to let it soak overnight, and tomorrow I'm actually going to try to paint these and get them finished off. So I don't know if I'm going to kind of do these maybe in the next issue or not, or maybe I'll tack it on to the end of this one. We'll have to wait and see. But it actually does tell us to screw these in. Let's see, it says the completed recesses should look like this, and they have them laid out 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it says the numbers refer to their fitting positions in the following steps. So it says recesses 1 and 2 fit into the upper side of the mandible in the positions shown. And it would be this one with the big holes here. So this one is actually going to fit, I guess, in here somehow. It doesn't really give you a lot of guidance. It says fit a self. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't really. It really only shows this one. So this one, I guess, okay, this one fits right here because it's got the flat part. And what I'm going to do is, let's see, which screws? We're supposed to use, I'm reading here, a brass self-tapping screw. And is it going to be these guys? Yeah, I think it's these. Because I know it's not, yeah, it's not those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put them in. I'm not going to tighten them down fully. The reason why is I'm going to be pulling them apart, but I just kind of want to see where they go, and I'm not going to tighten them down all the way. Okay, that's good. So that one was 3, and then what did I do with the other one? Nope. Okay, and then 4 should go over here somehow. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you like which way they really go in. Well, actually, this one, it does show the picture with this big notch right here going in this direction. So, what happened to the... Oh. I feel like I should have a bunch more of these somewhere. Okay, see, that one doesn't, this one doesn't feel like it really locks into place or anything, so it feels kind of weird. Ah. Okay, so it's essentially going to look like this, I guess. And of course the pictures, no, I guess that one is installed correctly. Okay, that's good, that's good. Because what I need to do next is, okay, now these other, let's see. Now this one, okay, on the next page though, it actually shows this mandible, and it shows this one as being right here. So we'll flip this around. And I guess I'm going to have to take this screw out right here. It actually told us to put a screw in there in the last issue. So I'm going to take that out. And I do have a small packet of these brass screws in the other packet here. And I'll just use those for these two. Now, again, I'm going to be pulling these out later because I need to paint the mandibles first, you know, the base coat. And I want to do that with the little pipes, you know, the plumbing in place. Okay, and then this is going to fit like something like this. Hopefully you can see that. If not, just refer to your manual if you're doing this build as well. If not, then just watch and be happy. Because this is a pretty cool... Somebody just sent me a message and they're like, this is a pretty cool build. How much does it cost? Well, the full kit's $1,500. However, because it's a subscription, it's basically $59.99 a month. Plus, since I got, I bought it when they always have shipping sales. So if you're not like, you know, like end of August, early September, Memorial Day in the United States is coming up, so they might have like dollar shipping again. So, you know, if you're thinking about the kit, you know, keep your eye out on the website. There's a link down in the description, just so you know. All right, so there's those. Now, we're going to be putting the plant-on details on this part. Okay, and I hope I've got everything. Now, we're going to be taking parts off of these two sprues. And, I guess we'll just get started. So let's see here. Part number 1. Glue the pins on 1 into the what? Okay, so they've already the instructions are already incorrect because the instructions label this as part number 1 and then this long tube is part number 3. However, in step number 1, which you can't see, it says carefully remove each plant on detail from the sprues as you need it, and it says glue the pins on 1 into the arrowed holes on the paneled recesses, and it's showing like this big long piece. So that's the piece I'm going to actually cut out. Oh, got another sprue in there. And need to figure out where are they cut off from? Okay. Okay. Now this looks like it glues in right there. Now we have like 3 little pegs. There's one there, and then one back here. And yeah, it looks like one fits there, one fits there, and then one should fit it down into this recess. So what I'm going to do though is I'm actually going to only glue the front pins in. I'm not going to glue it I'm not going to glue it back here because I'm going to take this off and repaint it. Plus, I want all of this repainted, the insignia white, along with the tubes on here. So, for now, oh, there is a little pin right here, so I will glue that one. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, to glue into place. Yikes, and I got a little bit much on that front one. Okay. So we got the front one, the next one, and then this guy right here. And I want to make sure that I dab up a lot of this extra glue. We'll be all right. And there we go. We've got our first little piece of plumbing in there. Yay! All right. Next is part number 2 off of the same sprue, which is kind of like this hooked piece. So let's file off the sprue bits. This one kind of has a little ledge, and I can't really tell if it's part of the mold line or not. Let's see, how's this going to fit on here? Looks like this fits right here. Yep, that's going to go right down into that recess. I think that'll look all right. All right, so again, a small dab of glue back here. I'm gonna have a bit bigger dab of glue up here, especially on the pin. Yikes. Not too much. Alright, there's the next bit. Now, part number 3, and again, the manual's got part number 1 and 3 mixed up. That's this guy right here. And then that's all the parts on this sprue, so we can throw it away. And I have a box that I actually use for all my discarded parts. So, and I don't plan on throwing it away until after, like when the build is done. That way I can always go back to it if maybe, just maybe, something slipped through the cracks and I accidentally did throw it away. So alright, this next piece glue the pins on 3 into the arrowed holes in the panel. So it actually should, okay, so this one has kind of a pin here that's a little bit offset, I guess. And then this pin, so there's going to be like a little lip right here, you can see. Okay, I get it, I understand. Let's turn it around though. Actually, that's probably like the worst idea. Let's see, does it fit into this little track? There's kind of like a slot here. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay. So I put some glue all the way down this little track. And I'm just... Great. This has turned into an absolute disaster. Great. Okay, well, I am going to have to get some of this stuff out then. I hope. And get this goop off of here. Wow, that really... Okay, using the pink stuff was a really bad idea because it's actually etched this plastic. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this off. So I'm just gonna kind of sand. A little bit of paper towel that got stuck there as I was trying to dab off the excess glue. So let's try this again. And I don't think I'll put as much glue on as I did before. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Just go in the hole. Finally. Gosh, that was a nightmare. And actually it's still not. There we go. Man. That piece was not nice. Not at all. Jeez. Now, what I need to do is fill that in just a bit, and then just wipe away the excess. Now she's supposed to be beat up anyway, so hopefully by the time we're all done, it'll be all right. Now I can also go back with some fine sandpaper and just kind of sand that out too. So I might actually do that later as well before I paint. So, okay, next piece. Okay, so now we have the next sprue. We have piece number 4, which is the... So basically it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So we've got a few more pieces to go here. Oh, and they actually are kind of cut at an angle. I'm just trying to get this corner smooth. Yeah, back here it's kind of at an angle just a little bit. It's not straight. Okay, so this piece is where 4... Oh, we're back here. And it actually looks like it's the second... Is that right? Yeah, so it's not these top 2 pins, it's the second 2 down. Yep. And then there's actually a place where it'll glue into that down there. Okay, next, I don't want to glue that just yet. So we got 6, 7. We'll cut this off at the angle. Cut this off down at the other end. Not really worried too much about the back part because it's going to be hidden. Okay, the next piece goes here, it looks like. Now, yep, that's right. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the first pieces in, and actually I could do it from the back side if I wanted to. My table has so many parts all over it, it's starting to become a mess. Okay, so there's that one. Next is this guy. Ah! Way too much. Way, way, way too much. Okay. Next is part number 6. Again, there's a little bit of a slant there. Okay. And this, okay, there's a little hole down in there. All right. So that's going to line up right there. Like so. And I gotta make sure that I get these pieces lined up properly. Otherwise, there we go. Okay, see what now what? Part number 7, I guess? Trying to get these done. Where did it go? It fell onto the floor and into oblivion. What the heck? Okay, so here we go. Man, that one flew, that one like disappeared into the carpet. Kind of isn't very convenient when your carpet is the same color as the part. Okay. And now where's this one going? Okay, this one goes like right here. See, it kind of goes from one side over to the other. So where's that piece? Okay, it fits right in there then. All right. Okay. Okay. And sanding this off. Okay. This one goes like this. Okay. Second to last piece, we've got this kind of big Y, well, not Y shaped, but it's got two pipes on it. won't really be visible, but these will. Okay, now this is basically going to line up right here, like so, with those pieces. So I pretty much just have to glue this back part, I guess. Will not be difficult. There, just like that. And again, we can just, use some glue on there a little bit later once we get back to the point where we want to glue all this in permanently. Or you can even just leave it like that. It'd probably be just fine. And then last, we've got this piece, kind of looks like an engine block. And I think we'll be done. This is kind of a longer stage, I think. Okay, so this piece goes on like this. And it does overhang slightly. So I'm just gonna get plenty of glue on over here. Come on now. There we go. And it does kind of have like a little opening below it, so make sure you don't glue it down flat. And pretty sure that's cured. And that is it for this issue. I'll tell you what, I will come back. We're gonna repaint the recesses, and I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. So we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I went through this big episode where I had all of the recesses painted black, and I weathered them all. And then I'm like, no, I actually have to take this apart, because I'm actually about halfway through issue 78 or 79. I think this is issue 78, isn't it? I'm so confused right now as to exactly where I'm at. It's not even funny. But I got these into the mandible, and so I kind of had to pull everything apart again, and I wanted to just go back through and respray. Now, so you can still see the black. You can still see how there's a lot of shading, but I wanted to kind of make the point that when this thing came out of the factory, they probably painted the whole thing white. They probably had some other colors on the outside for well, maybe not so much navigation, but identification purposes, and so they probably painted this whole thing white. And over the years of use, especially these little recesses, who knows? I've seen pictures of flotation devices coming out of these things, and these are like the sockets where the the external cargo pods are stored, or lock into. So we don't really know what these things are really used for. The only thing that we have seen in the movie was in Empire Strikes Back. Chewie is sitting up on top of the Millennium Falcon with a welding tool, and he's welding something inside of one of these. And what he's doing, we have no idea, other than he's repairing the Millennium Falcon. So I went through like this whole video where I was trying to weather these and make them rusty looking and so on and so forth, and I just decided the video is going to be so long. I need to get it uploaded so that you guys can see it. It's already going to be a day late as it is, because I've got a bunch of other videos I'm working on right now for the channel that have nothing to do with this. But I just kind of wanted to come back and show you, because I wanted to kind of say that I don't like the way the issues tell you to paint these. The way that the issue tells you to paint these, you'll end up with more like a Master Replicas Falcon, and I'm shooting more towards the actual movie prop Falcon. So we've got the black base. We can scuff it up, we can chip it up. I'm going to be trying to find reference photos of these specific pieces so that I can go back and actually, see if I can try to replicate some of the dirt and things like that that was possibly used during the filming. So I'm going to close it out here. I don't know if I'm going to have a painting episode in between all this, because I've got this to finish editing tonight. And then I've got the next issue is only about halfway down. We got tons of parts to put together. It's going to be a really long episode. But we got tons of parts because we're doing, actually I don't even have everything sitting here to show you. One cool thing, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have it the first half of the next issue, but I finally bought some decent tweezers. These are like the locking tweezers, so they're always closed. This one's actually really strong. This one's not quite so strong. This one's got like a little stand that you can, set things on. This one does not. So we'll play around with those, and I can finally get rid of my old tweezers. I don't even know where this issue is. Everything is so jumbled up right now. I completely cleaned up my office. Actually, I'll kind of pan back here. So I have basically, I've got this over here is a mess. You don't want to see that. There's my Bandai Millennium Falcon box. But no, I brought this table in here. I had it in my living room. But I have so many boxes. My dad passed away. I have so many boxes of stuff. I'm like, I am absolutely going insane. So I wanted to move all this stuff back in. I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for standing the Falcon up like that, but it works. I've got the upper hull right there. And while I'm not actually filming, I do actually, bring that back down to set it down onto the base. So the episodes are kind of a little mixed up right now because I've actually gone ahead and done some things with the next episode that I've already filmed. So if you see the mandible recesses and they're black in the next episode, well, then just think back to this, and then voila, they'll magically appear white in the second part of the episode. So yeah. Anyway, we'll see you back for, I think it's issue 79. I think this is issue 78. We'll see you back for issue 79 and then 80 here in a couple weeks. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm BradM73. Bye for now, guys.